So, how did you want to interview me? Hey! You ever use those wool dryer balls?
No, I've seen
They kind of fucking suck.
Oh, yeah?
I'm really mad about it because they work half the time. I don't know how to react with the camera. I don't want an audience to see me clean a toilet poorly. No.
What is your current job?
At this very moment, I work 1 day a week at a hot dog restaurant.
What other jobs have you done in the past?
It's my PA kit. Everybody's gonna have one that looks different. I went a little overkill on the bag. An extra surveillance, my surveillance, a broken C-47, some earpieces, a pair of safety goggles. In my front, I keep a beanie, a scarf, extra gloves, a face mask for when my face gets a little chilly. And that does it for that section.
Do you have a prospective job in the future?
Prospective job. Genuinely?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd like to keep doing film, but work comes so sporadically, and me being in the PA position that I actually enjoy, I have no desire to move up and be an AD, but PAing, whether it be on set or in the office, I've enjoyed it enough to want to make it a career position. Sadly, though, that's not as realistic. I'm just gonna fully open this. I also keep carabiners on my bag, just in case I need to hang something. A hat. I've got a Patagonia jacket. This is a rain jacket. A clipboard with various stickers from set. Some of it is lasting better than others. I've done a thing for Netflix. I did Chupa. I did a movie that just came out called Hold Your Breath. Chupa, I was just a regular set PA. Didn't really have a whole lot of responsibility. It was my first job back in 2021. I did a day on a pilot that I don't think ever came out. It was called Criminal Nature, something for Disney. Then I did a week on Waco, the aftermath. In August, that's when I got called to do Dust, now known as Hold Your Breath. Then the strike happened. And then nothing for 7 months. And then I got a call to do season 3 of Dark Winds. Right? Is that how it's supposed to fit? It feels large. Do you know how vests are supposed to fit? I don't either, but I feel like that's large, even though this is the small. This feels weird. Ezra, it feels weird. So, when I went on to Dark Winds, that was my first time being a key PA and being treated like the guy who has all the answers and info. I don't think I was ready for it, but I handled it better than I thought I would. Looking back, I've been doing this for a few years, very sporadically. I would probably like to take a step back and do something a little simpler, like radios, then background, then first team, and kind of working my way through all the positions that a PA does before I go back to keying. A headlamp, I went rechargeable because I bought a few as extras. I think they're somewhere in here. But I had some extra headlamps that I put in set kits for PAs who never bring them. A ratchet strap that I threw in there to keep the brick bucket and the set kit as a single piece. a rechargeable flashlight. I try to come back to this while I'm working as little as possible, only to either put a layer on or take a layer off. Oh, I also forgot. I'm running low, but I keep a lot of Sharpies on my person at work because they are golden. Everybody always needs a Sharpie and nobody ever has one.
How's your experience been working in film?
I hate it. No. I genuinely enjoy it. There are times where it feels like it's too much and this isn't sustainable. Or sometimes I just get too stressed out or like something happens. And there's always going to be those bad days at work where you're just like, I'm done. I'm going to find a different job. But it is the only thing that has kept me coming back after I keep saying, maybe I'm going to look into something else. The thing I keep on my person is my little pouch. I normally hang my main radio from here, and I'll have a sidearm clipped to my pocket. A tiny pen pad for writing down, normally lunch orders. A plethora of pens, and I think 2 pencils, 3 Sharpies, another Sharpie and a highlighter, and an old call sheet. A pocket knife. I have candy in here from... she was one of the folks in the makeup department. It was a small little wrap gift that I forgot was in here. And then I'll normally carry a few call sheets, a few sets of sides, whatever else I need to throughout the day. And then I'll hang bricks or hot batteries from the strap, and I'll wear it kind of like a holster. I really enjoy this thing. It has made my job a lot easier because instead of rummaging through my pockets, I can kind of just reach for my hip and it's all right there. And that's my set kit.
What was your dream job as a kid?
I wanted to make video games. And then I wanted to make video games, and then I realized how many hours they work and like the absolute crunch and deadlines that come with that. And I was like, no. I had a lot of dream jobs as a kid. I bounced around all over the place. I did martial arts for a long time, which gave me the idea. I wanted to be a cage fighter for a few years and just be a professional fighter. My best friend knew how to work on vehicles. I was like, yeah, no, I also really enjoy becoming a mechanic. There's something about it that scratches that itch in my brain. I think the only one that's remained pretty consistent is I don't want to do video games anymore. I just don't really have the kind of mind to do that kind of thing. And I like my face, so I don't want to fight anymore. I wanted to act for a really long time, and I still kind of do. Voice acting is the big thing I'd like to try out, see if I'm into that, because that seems like so much fun. Yeah, just something entertainment involved I think would be my dream job.
Where do you currently work?
I work at the Rich Ford.
How is it?
It's been going really well. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing. We got a raise, but it felt mandatory. There's not much to my job.
What jobs have you had in the past?
It's mainly been automotive, for a really long time now. And I've had, other than the automotive stuff, I've dipped into a lot of stuff just because my dad, I just kind of grew up watching my dad work. So I'm kind of instilled to just be like work. I haven't had the coolest jobs, but I've kind of touched on everything. I feel like I'm able to, I don't know the word, be self-sufficient. I know how to cook all kinds of stuff and use kitchenware from being in the restaurants, and like I kind of grew on like how to interact and be more social really through the customer service jobs, kind of being able to manage the mean, angry customers that come in every day. I did the fire department for a while, and I was an EMT, and I did go to college for that one. Fabian likes to forget that I did that. But I did go to college for that one. And then I sold knives for a little bit.
Were there any jobs you particularly enjoyed?
This one's probably been my favorite so far. I kind of don't have anybody hovering over me constantly trying to point me in like 4 different directions. I can kind of take charge in my own space.
Do you have any fun stories from this place or from previous work?
I used to have a lot of stuff happen at the Loves when I was doing the diesel mechanic work. No. I apologize. I did have I had a semi fall on me. Work's always work. There's days where it's just constant. I haven't had a lunch this past few days. But it really doesn't bother me much, just because I don't mind standing there all day fixing something. I like to walk around and say that I have a nice work-life balance, but I would still much rather more time at home.
What was your dream job as
I think I remembered being in middle school. I think it was maybe like fifth grade. They had us do a time capsule, and they buried it in the school like playground or something. I think we're supposed to open it in 2027. I'd put in there that I wanted to play for the NFL professionally. I still like football. I don't have the time to watch it just because I'm working.
Is there any more you'd want to say about work?
No, I think I found a really comfortable spot for right now, even though I do mess up from time to time. But everybody messes up, and it seems like they understand that here a little more than anywhere else, being a little more lenient. So you just gotta find what you're comfortable with. And then work is no longer work, really.
Could you? Okay. Thank you. What makes me very sad is that they don't have ours.
Oh, really?
No, they don't have ours. They don't have ours like 3 years consecutively after.
Huh.
I asked them about it because I was like, "Where's mine?" And they were just like, the seller just stopped handing them out randomly. You know, a lot of stuff hasn't changed in the slightest. There's still pictures of our year, like around. So this is my class, number 450. I am prepping for the morning. Mostly just making sure my copious amounts of Google Slides are ready. And so far I'm at 47 in this one.
How'd you end up becoming a teacher?
Well, I went to college for 4 years. After being told by my advisor, my second year in college, like, hey, with these credits, you can either get a liberal arts degree, which gives you nothing. They were like, you can be a teacher or you can be a geologist. I was just like, well, I'm not going to be a rock man, so I'll be a teacher, why not? And I always figured it would be like decent. I get nice holidays, like this week. I get a 5-day weekend. Yeah, 5-day weekend's nice. I'm the second youngest teacher.
Oh, really? The second youngest?
Yeah.
Who's the youngest?
The youngest is the head of the English department for my grade,
Huh.
and she's literally like 2 feet away from my class.
Did you always see yourself becoming a teacher?
No, not in the slightest. For the longest time, I was like, wow, that job would suck. And as someone who's now in the job, it sucks. But, again, comes with big benefits. Like, I get nice health care. I can retire pretty early if I just, like, go continuously. It wasn't something I was like, as a kid, I want to be a teacher. It was more so like, I'll be a teacher, sure, why not? If it absolutely crumbles at my feet, I could find something else. Who knows? I could be the next stuntman in your next film, like the one time.
So how's it been teaching? What's it been like?
Good. It's been a lot of fighting admin over a lot of things. So I used to teach 10th and 11th grade, and they were just like, you're too soft on these kids. We're moving you to 9th grade because the 9th grade teacher is way too strict on them. So they flipped us. And now I'm doing good. And the kids like me for the most part. There's always going to be that one kid who has like the emo comb up front hair. And it's just like, I don't want to be here, man. And I'm just like, then leave. Go away. They're right before break, so they're not really learning anything because, you know, they're impossible to teach one day before a big like holiday break. Like, I don't do a whole lot of anything outside of be like, oh wow, make sure the day starts off with like random lo-fi.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one.
And right now it's playing an ad. So.
What was your dream job as a kid?
I didn't have one. I kept being asked that like every like couple of years of like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my answer was always just like, I'll figure that out when I get there. So I never was like, I want to do this. Because like the idea of sitting there and being like, fireman, it just didn't make any sense to me because I was like, well, what if I can't be a fireman? Then what? I'm just like hopelessly crushed. I'd rather just like thug it out and see what happens. And now I'm here.
What is your current job?
I'm a warehouse manager for Core and Main.
What's it like working over there?
It's significantly like more laxed than my last, because I mean, like, you know this, but I've been like warehouse management for like 6 years now. But this one is significantly less work, and the people I work with are significantly chiller. Like usually it's a pretty like high stress environment, but like it doesn't really have to be.
What was it like at your previous jobs doing warehouse?
Do I name drop if I'm gonna badmouth them? I don't want to specify names, I guess, for it. But my last job, I kind of feel like I don't know what the right word for it would be, but like they swindled me, you know. One, they never increased my pay, and two, they lied about it, which that's the big part. Like I didn't like They had told me I was gonna get 25%, which like isn't crazy amount for the amount I was doing. I was working like 12-hour days and I was salaried, so it came out to like I think like $12 an hour at the end of the day. I guess it just came down to they had lied to me about the raise. It was, oh, it'll be on the next check, and then, oh, it'll be next week, and I waited I think like 4 months and it never happened. So I was working at complete, shit wages for months, and I didn't have any free time because I would be there even sometimes on Saturdays because there was just so much to do. But yeah. But it was neat.
What are some of your hobbies?
It's not. I don't want to just say gaming, but like, because it's such a boring one.
It takes a second. I could show you. What we've been doing. Hold up. I'm on my loading dock there. It's a dock that I load in on. Don't laugh at how long it takes to load. Look, see, I'm in. That was pretty fast.
But I mean, that is honestly a majority of what I end up doing.
It's our monorail up there. It's in a tree. It's the welcome center that I haven't finished. This is our city. This would be New Wump City. Got, the workshop and the bank, and it's the affordable housing, and it's my emporium here. Which is, that's me. It's pretty cool.
That's always been my way of spending time with friends. Is there's anytime I'm on my computer, I'm on a call with, I don't know that many people, but I know a lot of people who are terminally online as well. So I'm constantly talking to people.
Is that a Bible character?
I made a card game. Yeah, that's a Bible character. That's Jesus Lover 22. We have a standee where you can take a picture with him because he's actually a pretty popular card. I made Corbin's on. I didn't even notice. But yeah, no, I made a card game.
For me, it's just the social aspect. It's having, people there to talk to, having people to play with. That's what makes them interesting for me. But other than that, if you could consider this a hobby at all, I enjoy, filming quite a bit. I know a weird amount of people who do it, so.
Tell me about what your dream job was as a kid.
I don't know, as a kid, I went through a few different, stages of it. The big one would have been like making games. Like I've always been like really interested in that, but I've kind of always known in the back of my head that like I'm not driven enough to do that. Like I can learn how to do it. I can make I've made little engines before, but like actually getting into like the little aspects of it all, it's I don't have the follow through for it. When I was slightly younger and stupid, I had actually done the academic test to go into computer science for the Navy. As I got older, I realized more and more that I wouldn't want to do that, and also I passed the academic enough. I don't even know if I've told you this. I passed the academic with high enough score that it said I could have been on a submarine, but I don't think I would have passed the psych. And don't take that in the wrong way. I don't think I'm mentally unstable, but I don't really have a lot that I can show you from work that is here, because it's either on the computer or it's, palletized. But I can show you my work knife.
Okay.
Yeah, a good friend of mine got me this. It works great. I asked him for a reasonable knife, something that I could use at work.
And then he brought this to my front door. He said there were hundreds of knives that he could have gotten me. And he chose this one. Thanks.
I've never been the greatest with like authority, which is cringy to say, I know, but like I know myself at least like well enough that I don't think I could have done it. I don't think I could have done anything military. But the third was warehousing. It's like something like when I was really young, my bio dad had a warehouse for they delivered like Office Depot, Office Max. So I've got a lot of like, you know, memories of in the summer. I would just kind of go there and sit on a stack of pallets way too tall and play on my DS or something. I think warehouses are like a bit of a comfort zone for me just because of that. Just because I kind of grew up around a lot of them. Yeah. Those are always been the big three. And I mean, I knew all three made decent enough money that I could get by on them. The Navy one would have made more. But you know.
Are you currently working?
Not at the moment, no.
What jobs have you worked in the past?
Well, I've had two jobs. My first job was at a tire mechanic at a tire shop. And then after that I worked at a car wash, which that was a time.
Why did you leave those jobs?
Well, my first job, I had to be let go early because I pulled my hip and they didn't want me to get hurt on the job. Because, you know, tires can get kind of heavy. And, you know, they don't want me to fall or something like that. And then, during my second job, they also let me go. Because they're owned by corporate, so I didn't say their slogan. And then they were just like, hey, insubordination. Good times.
So generally, has your experience with work been negative?
Well, not really. Like, during my time actually working, it was pretty alright. I liked it. I liked doing a job.
Why haven't you gotten a job since then?
Well, I've been applying, I've been getting interviews, but places haven't been calling back, or positions got filled, or things like that, so, you know, just bad luck. The economy. Ugh.
What was your dream job as a kid?
Oh, as a kid, being an author. Like, I just love writing and reading, and it's just the idea of putting something that I made out and people just enjoying it and wanting other people to know about it just would have been real nice.
Alright, I think that's it.
All right.